You just hit play on 10-Minute Tech Talks, business insights and growth hacks for the time-crunched entrepreneur. I am Jonathan Kersting with the Pittsburgh Technology Council and Tech Vibe Radio, telling the stories of Pittsburgh's most successful tech companies and the women and men behind them. Today, we are diving into one of the biggest transformations happening in business right now. That is the shift from robotic process automation to intelligent agent-based AI. I just sat down with Bender Singh, founder of Auxiliobits, to talk about how AI agents are changing the game for industries like finance, healthcare, and manufacturing. What really stands out is his take on what this means for the workforce and how entrepreneurs like you can use AI to make their team smarter, faster, and more adaptable. If you've ever wondered what the next wave of automation looks like or how to prepare your business for it, you got to keep on listening. And if you want to dive deeper, click the link in the description for the full Tech Vibe Radio interview with Bender. So let's jump into the conversation right now.
Initially, when RPA was the technology, it is the technology, but it is being topped up by very different layers. You understand the process steps, and then you mimic the human actions within a software robot application. But you make that application more intelligent by putting a layer of AI into it. For example, you're reading the invoices, you're reading a document, or some kind of a legal contract document as well. And when the AI agents come in, you go a step further to have them actually react or act on their own. They become more autonomous.
Yeah.
They know, okay, I have received this particular invoice approval. Now I need to send it to the bank. Now, what are the next steps I need to take? So that is where agentic AI is adding value.
That's why I get so fascinated by that. Because it's like, how does that work? And you're the guy that knows how to make that stuff happen, which I think is just so cool. How much has that progressed over the past 2 years as we've really seen just such a rise with like ChatGPT, where people have really been top of mind? And I just feel like all of a sudden now, just everything's just coming together very quickly.
Yeah. And I think the rise of the compute power and the versioning of the large language models by OpenAI, for example. So that has actually got us to a level where an agent can actually perceive the surroundings and through data and then take decisions on its own, similar to very close to what a human being can do. So I've seen there is an application called Structurally. You can program an agent there which can call your prospects, or call, for example, the insurance agency was using that particular program to call their, customers that, hey, your policy is being expired. Do you want to renew that? And when do you want to, do that? If that person is busy, it can reschedule the call. So that person whom the bot is calling, he doesn't know, he's talking to an agent or a human. He's just naturally communicating with that particular agent. So,
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. That is just, and I know that has so many people talking about, oh my goodness, what does this mean for integrating this into a workforce? I've literally had shows talking about what it means to a company culture. I mean, it's been just so interesting to see the conjecture, and no one really knows for sure. We know there's going to be shifts in the workplace, of course. I mean, that's just called life.
Yeah.
But people are saying very dramatic and fast shifts, of course. Yeah. Where do you fall on this as to how it's going to impact the workforce? Are we going to lose all our entry-level jobs? I don't think we are. Yeah. I think, yes, it's going to be impacted, but I don't think we're going to lose everything. I mean, there's got to be something left. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think the stats show that, there is some slowdown in entry-level jobs.
Yeah,
I've heard that the Berkeley University, which is the Mecca of computer science engineering, 25% of their workforce, the engineering graduates are without job as of now.
Really? Oh my God, wow.
So I'm not sure what happens to other universities, but, as humans, we should be smart enough to understand that,
Thank you.
AI will actually improve our efficiency by a lot more, maybe 10x, 50x, or 100x.
Right.
And that's where we must strive to, work. If we keep on moving at a pace which is like 1x or 2x, it won't add to value that we give to businesses.
Gotcha.
Right? Even as an entry-level person, you need to know which tools and how they can be used to multiply my efficiency by maybe, some kind of X factor.
Right.
So,
I like the way you think. I like the idea that as human beings, I want to say we're the masters of our own domains, we think, but the idea that like I'm going to be smart enough to then start leveraging these tools to make myself more valuable, to make myself more efficient and productive and so forth. And I don't know, I just feel like there's opportunity out there. But disruption's painful, of course. I mean, there are going to be some people that get chewed up in the wheels sometimes, and I don't want to see that. Nobody does, but we've seen these changes before with the Industrial Revolution. I mean, we can go on and on and on. So I want to be optimistic about this, thinking that this is a way that we can get more work done and get more results and get some better margins. And I don't know, maybe actually help people in the end, but maybe I'm being too
I think
optimistic.
the way the people work,
Yeah.
that gets changed. It's not that, the work will end and, there will be less work in the world. That is not the case. It's just that the way we work changes,
Right.
and we need to adapt as quickly as possible, right? And
Yeah.
that's what I feel.
So what should we be thinking about when it comes to preparing a workforce for, an AI, for these AI-driven enterprises that you're creating out there? I love that idea. Maybe I'm being too, I don't know, I'm being too weird about this, but the idea that like a human working with really advanced technology creates really cool stuff. Like, how do we prepare people for that? I don't know.
Yeah, so as a company, Auxiliobits, what we have done is we've changed our, value proposition. What we've done is, okay, we'll give you, for example, a customer comes to us. We tell them, okay, we'll give you a team of 4, which comprises of 2 humans and 2 agents.
Cool. Okay, I
And
like
the
this.
agent will be a lot more cheaper than a human, but a human is still required because you need to have
Yes.
certain guardrails. You need to have certain data privacy policies applied, and then, getting some kind of policing done on that. That's how the whole world is changing, right? So that's how the adaptation will look like. You need to understand, okay, the technology is there to help us. It can, get to speed all the work done. And then you need to change the value proposition as well. So this is one example of how, we adapted to that. And
Love it.
similarly in
Yeah.
other domains as well, right? So we need
Okay.
to understand, okay, if a task or a project needs to take 6 months, why not 2 months, right? You need to ask that question. Are there technology and tools available that, get that project done in 2 months or
Yeah.
not?
Okay.
So,
Interesting. I mean, so you really started to touch upon the ideas of how we can, build things responsibly. So that was Bender Singh of Auxiliobits breaking down how agent-based AI is reshaping automation and redefining what it means to scale a business. The key takeaway: AI isn't replacing people, it's redefining rules and multiplying productivity. The entrepreneurs who win next will be the ones who figure out how to pair human creativity with machine intelligence. You can catch the full conversation on Tech Vibe Radio or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And as always, thank you for tuning in to 10-Minute Tech Talks, where Pittsburgh's innovators share the insights that drive tomorrow's technology.